Hello viewers, hope so you will be all fine. In today's lecture we are going to implement dynamic fragment. But before implementing the dynamic fragment, first I will tell you the difference between static implementation and dynamic implementation. In static implementation you are adding the views, widgets or fragment inside the XML file of any activity. Okay, which we call a static implementation, and then we interact with that XML file with the help of inside the activity code with the help of ID. In dynamic application, we are not going to add any views or fragment to the XML file. We just code or add those views and fragment inside the activity to that XML file. Okay. And first I will show you the static implementation of the fragment, which I had already done in my previous video, and these are the 5 steps for that static implementation. The first step is create new fragment that will come up with its own XML and Java file. So I will show you over here that I had already created my fragment. The name of the fragment is workout detail fragment, and its XML file is workout detail.xml. Okay, the next step is use fragment tag to add fragment in layout of activity. I will show you. And this is the fragment tag that I already added to layout of the XML file. The third step is add fragment class to the fragment tag with the help of name attribute. Fragment tag is already added over here. Okay, the fourth one is with the help of ID attribute provide an ID to fragment tag. So I will show you, I already provide ID attribute over here, which is ID fragment. Okay, the last step is with the help of ID in the fragment, activity can communicate with date fragment. I will show you inside my detail activity that how my detail activity is communicating with the fragment. In this line, in this line workout fragment, I already created the object of the fragment. Then I call the set workout methods of date fragment in this line. Okay, so this is how we are going to do it in static implementation, and this application is already in working condition. In my previous video I had already explained. Now we will go to dynamic implementation. Okay, these are the step of dynamic implementation. The first one is create new fragment that will come up with its own XML and Java file, which I already had. Now, the second step is reserve a portion in layout of any activity. Standard way is to add frame layout to the activity. So I will go to my code, and then I will go to XML file, and over here it is the fragment layout. I will convert it to frame layout. So now this is the frame layout, and now I will delete this attribute name because it is no longer a fragment. Now it's a simple frame layout, and with the help of Java code we will add fragment over here. Next step is with the help of ID attribute provide an ID to fragment layout. So this is the ID attribute, and I provide it an ID of fragment. So I will change this to frame layout. Okay, the next step is create object of the fragment that you want to add to frame layout. Now inside the detail activity I will create the object, but before creating the object I will comment the previous object. Okay, workout detail fragment, object name I will add frag over here, and new keyword, then workout detail fragment. Now object is ready. The next step is create fragment manager. Now I will create a fragment manager. This is my fragment manager, and I will assign a fragment object to it with the help of get support fragment manager, and my fragment manager object is ready. The sixth step is create transaction manager with the help of fragment manager. So I will create fragment transaction. Where is my fragment transaction? This is the fragment transaction. I will create an object equals to, now I am getting the object from fragment manager dot begin transaction. So now my transaction is begin. And the last step is um, add fragment to the frame layout with the help of add function. So now I will use the add function. So the fragment transaction dot add, and I have to provide two attributes over here. The first provide is the frame layout to which I want to add a fragment, and the second variable should be the fragment that I want to add to that frame layout. So over here I will provide the ID of frame layout, and this is how I provide the frame layout. Now I will provide the fragment object over here, and with the help of add object I add the fragment to frame layout. Now I will run my code. Okay, I run my application, but it is not working fine. Why it is not working fine? Because the update that I had done with the help of fragment transaction, I haven't commit the transaction. So now I will commit the transaction. So my transaction is now commit, and I will run my application, and then I will show you the result. Now my application is successfully installed. Now my application is successfully installed, and I want to show you my application on the laptop screen. Soon my mobile will be added. Okay, this is the application that I install on my mobile. I click the first item and it is shown on the detail activity. The last item and the last item is shown on the detail activity. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and please subscribe the channel and also like the video and also press the bell icon. Thank you so much for your time.